Aston Martin did something amazing last season. When they come out of the blocks, they were the second quickest car on track. And Fernando Alonso used that car to score 8 podiums over the course of the season. It was an unbelievable run. And at the beginning of the season, they were the only ones who were giving us any sort of resemblance of a fight on track. But I think that Aston Martin will have a tough job to replicate that performance next season and maybe even beyond. The amazing turnaround for Aston Martin really rests squarely on Fernando Alonso's shoulders, and obviously the team for putting together such an epic car. The fact that it was able to do the things that Alonso was able to do with it, even coming close to winning a race in Monaco, shows the improvement that the team has made. But there's one major problem that Aston Martin have, which the teams around it don't. They only have one driver who's able to take the car and put it high up the grid to wring its neck and get everything out of it. That's Alonso, obviously. Stroll's a good driver, a competent driver, a solid Grand Prix driver, but he's not a super talent. And when we look at the other cars on the grids, look at Mercedes, they've got George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Look at Ferrari, they've got Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Look at McLaren, they've got Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. There are many teams who underperformed, especially at the beginning of the 2023 season, who have a better driver lineup than Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. And when it comes to next season and beyond, those drivers are only going to get stronger. The teams are putting together better cars. We should have more competitive cars next season. And this means that those drivers will be out there scoring more points than a team that only has one lead driver who's able to score big points. We know how compressed the field is in Formula 1 these days. You have to be able to get both your cars scoring in the points, as there's only 10 spaces available, but many teams who are taking up those spaces in the standings. But it's a difficult one. What can you do about Stroll? He's the owner's son. You can't just kick him out and he won't be asked to leave. He would have to decide to leave on his own. The only other alternative is that Fernando Alonso tried to coach him and educate him about how he could be faster. But sadly, some drivers just don't have the natural ability at the level of other drivers. And Fernando Alonso is one of those who at his age is defying all the statistics by being so competitive. As we go into the 2024 season, and Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, and even teams like AlphaTauri are starting to pick up the baton and run with it, Aston Martin have a real problem. The field is compressing, and they may even lose more points and more places in the standings if they don't sort out Stroll in their team. What do you think of Lance Stroll's performances over the last few seasons, and do you think there's anything that Aston Martin can do about this current situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.